It's a proposal, discussion / proposal on how to outreach with some of the other occupations going around here, in particular the Occupy the Hood, which is meeting next week, Monday at Sherman Heights.
Monday
is that right?
at Sherman Heights Community Center, 5 o'clock.
I'll leave it over to you.
6 o'clock. Oh, sorry, 6 o'clock. Sorry, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Okay. Well, I hope everybody can hear me. Please let me know, because my voice isn't very loud. My name is Kathy. This is Geraldo.
I'm Geraldo.
And we are from, as John was saying, Ocupemos El Barrio. This is basically a small group, leaderless, horizontal group that is addressing the grievances of the lower income communities, Sherman Heights, City Heights, and such. And what I'd like to do is just give 2 or 3 minutes to talk about some of the issues that are facing those communities, and maybe open up to see whether or not you would like to support. Thank you. Okay. Much of what you're about to hear right now is familiar to the Barrio area. For many of you who have been involved in Occupy San Diego, the points that will be touched on right now may be new to you. The more that all of us, as the 99%, learn from each other, the stronger we are in challenging the power of the richest 1%, and we take back the power for ourselves. No one can expect a community to feel safe when the residents of that community are stopped for no other reason than the color of their skin. Racial profiling is not protecting and serving the citizens, it is harassment of the citizens. Residents have the right to challenge police officers if those officers are in the wrong without any fear of wrongful arrest or physical assault. On trumped up or flimsy excuses.
Amen.
Checkpoints that result in the impounding of autos occur more often than not in our low-income communities, and these occur for offenses that are more deserving of mere citations. Open police brutality has been seen at San Diego Civic Center and in the cities of Oakland, Davis, New York, Boston, and other places.
Really?
Let it be known that the communities of Logan, Sherman, City Heights, Chula Vista, and San Isidro have known this kind of terrible behavior on the part of police for decades. All this must eventually and finally stop.
Yeah.
It is bad enough that police are a source of stress upon the barrio, but unfortunately the abuse by the federal government in the form of ICE raids and deportations has gotten worse in the last 4 years. Latino communities cannot continue to undergo harassment by federal governments, especially when elected leaders promise fair, humane immigration reform. The barrio is tired of and is cynical of hearing humane words by politicians while seeing cruel actions by La Migra. The crimes and the manipulations of the largest banks headquartered in Wall Street, who were then bailed out by Washington, D.C., have caused so much pain in the form of foreclosures on homes and small businesses everywhere. Here in the barrio, however, foreclosures have a harsher effect on an already low-income community. The barrio as a whole cannot just bounce back the way that the communities of Vista, Mira Mesa, and Rancho Bernardo can. When low-income families lose their homes, the barrio loses out on the stability of those families, on the neighborhood connections that make for a living culture. Latinos have lived continuously in Logan, Sherman, National City, and Chula Vista for over a century. Traditions that have been handed down from generation to generation make for a genuine communities with character that spring from the bottom up. And that is something that is destroyed by foreclosures and cannot be bought with gentrification. The outsourcing of jobs to other countries so that the 1% may take advantage of exploiting labor abroad is unfortunately not new to the barrio communities. The tuna fishing and cannery industries together once rivaled the U.S. Navy in the employment of people in San Diego. Good, steady work with union protection was enjoyed by the barrio. The 1980s, however, saw Vandycamp, Bumblebee Tuna, and other canneries leave San Diego, and the barrio families had yet another burden placed upon them. So many other industries would do the same to other working class communities all over U.S. and as NAFTA and outsourcing China accelerated this outsourcing process in the 1990s and in the 2000s. Due to the need for parents to work long hours, the long-term problem of access to fresh, healthy foods, fast food has unfortunately become a major source of nutrition in low-income urban neighborhoods across the United States. Although some social and cultural factors account for fast food's overwhelming popularity, targeted marketing, infiltration into schools, government subsidies, and federal food policy each play a significant role in denying inner-city people of color access to healthy food. The overabundance of fast food and lack of access to healthier foods, in turn, have increased African American and Latino communities' vulnerability to food-related death and diseases such as heart attack, diabetes, and high blood pressure. The farmers markets of Sherman Heights and City Heights do, however, show a promising beginning to the communities facing this oppression by improving access to local, organic, fresh food for low-income areas. Alongside the need for fresh food access is the need to access fresh air and clean water. Industrial sites are heavily concentrated alongside the Barrio's port area and also mixed in next to the residential homes. San Diego Bay is one of the most polluted harbors in the United States. A study released by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration listed San Diego as the second most toxic of 18 bays studied. Second to Newark Bay, New Jersey. 56% of the bay's sediments are acutely toxic to marine organisms, while 74% of the area exhibited chronic toxicity. The most toxic sites were found along shipbuilding and Navy facilities adjacent to the Barrio Logan. We have many Latinos, Filipinos, and Vietnamese who are so poor they need to fish in order to feed their families. The fish that are caught also have the toxic materials inside of them. It is time for the U.S. Navy and the shipyards to pay their fair share of the cleanup of the toxins in the San Diego Bay. It is only fair since they made it dirty in the first place. There is too much asthma and other lung disease occurring in the Barrio. If there must be chrome plating shops and auto body shops in the Barrio, then let's have an industrial zone just for these toxic sites and away from residential homes. The Navy and the shipyards must behave responsibly and be held accountable for their actions, just like on the banks of Wall Street. All these problems are fixable. They are human problems after all, and it is human beings who can also turn injustice around. There is hope for people to live free from harassment at the hands of the police and the La Migra. There is hope for people to keep their homes and continue to live in a community they love. There is hope to reverse the outsourcing of jobs and bring back full steady employment back to the Barrio. Finally, there is hope for all Barrio residents to live with the same access to clean air, clean water, healthy food as all the other neighborhoods of San Diego. The residents of the Barrio have fought all of these goals for a long time. And these goals are similar to the goals of the residents of Oakland, of Boston, Los Angeles, New York, and all the other cities that have become fed up with Wall Street, with the 1% and their abuse of power. We are all 99% as united front, and we win back power for ourselves so we can all live in good health and in dignity. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I like it.
Awesome.
Like it. Well, could be. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just want to put this out that Occupy El Barrio and Occupy the Hood is leaderless horizontal movement. You know, it's made by the people for the people, and we're acting in solidarity with all the Occupy movements in the city and all over the country. Basically, our mission is to create a truly democratic dialogue that involves the grievances and, you know, basically the opinions of the most marginalized people, the most marginalized communities of this city.
Right on.
We're trying to, you know, all these these communities face this by the corrupted system that Occupy has brought to light. We don't want no more raids. We want no more brutality, no more wars, no more racism, no more greed. You know, we want communities, we want the people, we want education, we want jobs. You know, we want justice and peace for everyone. So we hope that, you know, you take this message and see that we are trying to create something positive for everyone, the whole 99% as it be. Okay. Thank you very much. Our next meeting is on Monday. It's going to be at 6 p.m. The address is 2258 Island Avenue. 2258 Island Avenue. That's the Sherman Heights Community Center. At 6 p.m. we will be meeting out front. This movement is just the beginning stages of what we're trying to accomplish. Obviously everything starts from there, but if we keep the momentum up, I'm sure that we can actually make changes in this city, okay? Thank you very much for listening to us.
Do you guys have a Facebook page?